Hello, everybody. Say hello, Stephen.
Hello, Stephen.
Welcome back to another fun-filled Ricky Gervais-based episode. How are you today? I hope you're well. How's things with you, Stephen?
I'm very well, thank you. Well, we're now on episode 10 of Ricky Gervais Show. Shall we get straight into it?
Let's do it.
I'm missing Karl's diary. I haven't seen Karl's diary yet.
Who knows? Maybe it'll come back. Let's find out.
Yeah, let's find out.
Ancient Greece, every year 500 people would be selected from that Grecian society, and they would have to sit there that year and they would propose laws and everyone else would vote on them. Now if you were in that position, all right, you're called up, what rules and laws are you instigating?
You might go, right, I want an egalitarian society. I want freedom
That's so awkward.
for people. I don't want slavery. I don't want any sort of oppression. Would that be high on your list?
Well, you could say, you know, when I worked at Cordon Bleu, there was times when I thought being treated like a slave here.
You weren't,
Yeah,
because you were
you
being
weren't
paid and you were
definitely
free. So,
What do you mean? I wasn't free. I was on like from 9 till 6.
you had the choice to leave the job. Slaves didn't have the choice to leave.
I didn't have a choice.
Yeah, you did.
The only
yeah.
other choice was Tesco, and they'd already turned me down.
No, that's not. That
So I had
wasn't.
no choice,
That
that's
wasn't.
why.
That wasn't the lack of choice given to most
But
slaves.
the slaves who built the pyramids, that wasn't an option for them. It wasn't like they could go and, well, I could get a better gig on the Sphinx.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, you're not saying anything. You're saying absolute drivel again.
Here's a little Greek proverb for you. A society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in.
What do you think of that?
Profound.
Do you understand?
Yeah, just saying. They're planting a seed. They grow a tree, but trees take ages.
Yeah.
It takes a long time.
Yeah.
That old fella's not going to get any joy out of that.
Right.
But if he's lucky,
Yeah.
the fella next door might have done the same years ago. So it's all
Not getting
about sort of planting a seed.
I
looking
planted the
after
seed
each
for my
other.
son.
That's great, actually. It's not. I don't think it's directly
It's
what
almost,
it means.
it's almost the point.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I think he means that future generations. But yeah, if the next door neighbour had done that, then yeah, that works as well.
But you seem to agree that that's a good point. Do you agree that seems a good point to you?
But I'm sort of guessing he enjoyed gardening anyway. Part of the enjoyment was in planting that seed.
we should have.
It's the old metaphor problem again, isn't
I know,
it?
yeah.
It's not specifically about trees.
But as a metaphor, what he enjoyed is the fact that he's added to society and human
Yeah.
life, and he's got a legacy and all that.
But
so.
by the same time, when I went to Ibiza, right, now there they have motorbikes, people flying around on them, people don't wear helmets. You might even get 3 people on a moped. I saw a farmer with a goat in a basket. They don't care. They're whizzing around at high speeds. A lot of deaths there.
Yeah.
And they'll have a lot of those areas where someone's come off, been killed. People put flowers there.
Yeah.
And because that happens a lot, it's a lovely green island. Now here, we're saying wear an helmet.
Well, you're saying
what?
that all the deaths make it nice because there's
It makes
flowers.
it lovely.
There's loads of flowers
So
everywhere.
with death comes beauty. So that's another metaphor. You can have that one.
Wow. That was one
With
of the
death.
most
Now-
tortuous things I've ever... That was extraordinary.
But look at London.
That was extraordinary, Karl.
Right, Carl.
Well, look at London,
but
though.
there's
Let
a
me
really
finish
good
my point.
Let him finish his point. I'm
Yeah.
intrigued.
Right, London, a councillor with his clipboard, need a speed bump here, I saw someone doing 35. Put some traffic lights there and a pedestrian crossing. Pelican crossing there as well. And a speed camera.
Right.
Horrible and grey. No
Okay.
flowers.
But you still see flowers left behind where people have died in terrible
They're
accidents.
not
You see
very
that
good
all the
ones.
time.
They're stuck to a lamppost with elastic band round them. They don't look nice.
He's knowing the quality of flowers. Yeah, but the point is
Wow.
this.
Some 15-year-old got run down and you're disappointed at the quality of the flowers.
Look at this, Suzanne. Fella lost his head here. Geraniums? Fella lost bloody head.
Well,
Fucking
that's
So we
that's
have to,
funny
we
you
have to
say that,
encourage
though.
gun crime so that people will get shot in inner cities and then we can put flowers up and beautify the area. Is that
No,
what
but
you're
if an
saying?
area's nicer to look in, nicer to be in, if it's nicer looking, you don't get people speeding around like lunatics. Because they go, I'm not in a rush, I'd quite like to slow down
But
here and
this is
look at
so
the flowers.
complicated. So now what you're saying is because an area is grey and gloomy, people speed around to get out of it. In the course of doing that, they knock people down. But then flowers are put up, which then makes the area beautiful, thus stopping people driving around at speed so death no longer occurs.
Well, they keep getting out of their cars to put down flowers.
Then they get knocked down. Other people on their way to put some flowers down.
Yeah.
Just sometimes people have to die, don't they? There was a fella outside our house who had a lamppost. He had a helmet on, but his head come off.
You made me laugh at a man's head coming up because the way you said it.
But that's the thing.
He had a, oh God. There's a man who died in a house. He had a lamppost, he had a helmet on, but his head come off.
So you're saying that
That'll happen to
because
me
in that
tomorrow.
one instance, the helmet did not save his life.
His head was in great condition. It's just not attached to his body. And that's what I'm saying to you. Sometimes people have to die. How far do you take all this stuff of you know, safety gear and slowing down and wear bright clothes at night? And it's just too much.
Very important point, you see. Do you think someone should be made to wear a crash helmet? They're only hurting themselves.
See, I don't wear a crash helmet.
Crash
Yeah,
helmet.
guilty as charged.
I don't think you should get fined for not wearing one.
But don't forget, we're not just protecting him. He could be a father with 2 kids. So you're going, oh, let him up there if he doesn't want to wear a crash helmet. Let him get brain damage. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying, we're over the top in this country
No, but
when it comes
you're
to that
saying
sort of
if you're
thing.
saying no, if he doesn't want to wear a crash helmet, let him not wear a crash helmet. He smacks his head in. He's a vegetable. He's like that, sitting at home like that. And yet the 2 little kids come to you. You're in charge, don't forget. We've put you in charge of society.
God.
Here. And they come to you, 2 little kids. They go, President Pilkington,
What?
why did you let my daddy not wear the crash helmet?
I didn't. We paid. We put leaflets through the door. We had adverts on the telly sunshine.
Yeah, but why?
It's your dad's fault.
But why wasn't it compulsory? Because he wanted.
It's not the world we live in, Sonny.
Yeah, now I haven't got a daddy.
Has he got an helmet at all? Have you seen an helmet knocking about?
No, he's a vegetable now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want to wear a crash helmet, but why didn't you make him wear a crash helmet? It wasn't just him, it was us. Why did you turn my daddy into a vegetable?
Where's your mum?
Mum left when he kept going on about not wearing a crash helmet.
I'll put you in a home. I just think, you see, this is the problem. Everyone's looking for someone to blame.
Yes, but this is interesting though because you were particularly callous to that little 4-year-old boy who seemed
Yeah.
so sweet and adorable.
Yeah.
But why wasn't he giving this stick to his dad?
Well, his
His
dad's
dad's a
dead. He's a vegetable.
He's dead.
As good as dead to him.
His dad went within the law.
That was
It was
funny.
not the law to wear a crash helmet anymore because you said, forget it, I don't want a nanny state. I don't want, if you wear a crash helmet or not. He wasn't a responsible parent. He hadn't thought it through. But this is your
Oh
job.
God, this is hurting me now.
Some people aren't responsible. Society keeps them on track. This was you were in charge. You should have made him wear a crash helmet. He had 2 kids.
We've heard from one of the kids. What's the other one's attitude? Is he
Oh.
younger?
He's a
or
bit younger.
Is he even younger still?
President Pilkington,
Oh,
my brother's crying now because you shouted at him. I wish you'd have made my daddy wear a crash helmet.
why didn't you make your daddy wear a crash helmet?
Well, he won't listen to me because I'm not in charge
He didn't
of
listen to
society.
me.
Yeah,
He
but
seems like a bit of a numb-nut, to be
no, he
honest.
did listen to you.
What did
because
he do
you made
for a
a new
living?
rule saying people don't have to
Right.
wear crash helmets.
Right. What,
And he listened
what-
to you.
Did he pop shoes on in the morning when he went out? Or did I
Yeah.
need to be here to tell him to do that as well?
No, there's certain
Oh,
things
so he
you
has
could
got
do.
some common sense then.
Well, there's enough, yeah.
Oh, right, interesting. So he can be bothered with his trainers, but he can be bothered with helmet.
Now I haven't got a daddy.
Jesus. Why can't they just put a leaflet through saying, hello everyone, use your common sense?
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking.
because-
That's what I'd say if I
Because
was
some people
president.
don't have common sense.
Some
Everyone's
Some
got
people
common
are
sense.
fucking idiots.
Yeah,
mate.
They should. It's not my fault.
That's
then.
why. That's
Not
why
my
there is a
fault.
government. If we let people, they'd be fucking idiots.
Well, it's what we've talked about here. Social responsibility. This is your approach. I wash my hands of the whole affair.
Yeah, I'd hope that the people who don't wear an helmet sort of they do themselves in, and that's cleared them off. That's one problem sorted.
So
Bloody
you
hell,
think
it's tough.
you're being Darwinian? You're thinking survival of the fittest. The idiots will suit, but they don't because they're not just the victims. The dead person isn't the victim. We've talked about it before. You know, people who smoke know that it's dangerous, but why is that still legal? And yet people know that and they still smoke. Fat people know that they're going to get out of breath and clammy. and yet they still eat more.
But because that's what I'm saying.
Why don't we stop fat people eating? If you've got a smackhead and you really love him, you intervene, you grab him, you put in a cupboard, you go, you're not coming out. He goes mad for about a year, then he thanks you for it.
Yeah.
So block fat people in a cupboard. And just
can't
put
get 'em
carrots
in.
under the door. What?
The thing is, there's got to be some responsibility. Now, if it's your own fat kid, stick him in your cupboard. But what I'm saying is, as a counsellor, I'm not spending taxpayers' money on cupboards to put the fat kid in.
That makes sense. Oh, I
Obviously
feel
in
a bit
China,
raw on that
you
one.
only have one child, can't you? Is that something you feel we should bring in here?
Yeah, I think we've got to. I don't know about one kid. I just sort of concentrate on who can have a kid, as
Okay.
opposed to, you know, if someone's got a load of money and they're good at looking after kids, let Madonna have as many as she wants. But if it's someone who's,
Oh yeah, but then.
So social engineering you want to do
Yeah,
there?
but hold on though.
well, what
this
you
is-
said then, if you're bringing them into a poor family, what's the point? What good is that for anyone? It's not good for the people who've had the kids.
So
it's not good for
who's
the kid who can't have
deciding
anything.
who's allowed to have how many kids?
Yeah,
Are you
but
deciding?
I was
Uh,
brought into the poor family, wasn't I?
What?
I was brought into a poor family.
Yeah, no, I'm talking really poor.
So third world.
No,
What, poorer than that? Poorer than no money at
I
all?
just mean like the people who I've told you about on the estate sometimes, who had that one who chased cars and stuff. He wasn't happy. They didn't care if he was there or not. What's the point?
Right. So hang on. So let's imagine
So-
that Ricky and I are husband and wife. We've come in, right?
Oh, no.
What's your questions to us to establish whether we were allowed to have a couple of kids?
Hello. Thanks for
And me
coming.
and my husband, we can't have children.
Why not?
Because he's got no sperm at all.
Okay.
He had one sperm and it was ridiculous. It was awful. It just came out like a dead anchovy.
Right,
And
what's...
he meant to have 300 million tiny ones, and he had one big one. It was horrible. I had to pull it out. It was like a leech. And also, it was I haven't got a vagina, so there's no place to
Completely
put it.
smooth down there like an action man.
Yeah, it was just that. I don't know, but we love children, and we wondered if we could have a child.
What do you do for a living? What do you do? What's your work?
I'm a rapist.
Right,
And I dispose of the bodies.
right. Or fill out this form.
I should have clarified. A rapist murderer.
Fill out the form.
He does it in the wrong order as well, I must say. So, no, number of times I've disposed of the body. Said I haven't made that one.
I just wondered what else you need to know about us. Because even though
That
I'm
was our little joke, by the way.
Yeah,
he
well,
doesn't.
of
He
course
doesn't
not,
rate.
of course
and
not.
I don't
work in an office.
He works in an office in the town.
But yeah,
I'm a housewife. I
She's
think
a
that
housewife.
I'm making a little nest for when we have we adopt a little child.
we don't earn a great deal of money, but we're good parents.
We're
we
very
think.
good parents.
How, what's that based on? How have you
Well, we're
managed to
good
come up-
people, you know. I mean, aside from a few naughty jokes.
We're God-fearing people. We believe that God is watching all of us, and we believe in the Old Testament.
And sometimes he tells us to kill and rape.
yeah, sometimes he does. Yeah.
We're joking again.
We're
of
joking
course.
again.
Or
We
just
don't.
a
We,
joke, just a
we
silly
don't
joke.
believe in God. We're a firm atheist and believe that our time on earth is all we have, and then when we die, we become worms' meat.
Right. Well, you filled out
But
the
we've
form.
already painted the back bedroom. That's ready for the little child.
We painted it black because we want our child to be a Satanist. Joking again.
Little joke from us.
We
Little
want him to be an accountant,
Yeah.
gay accountant. And there's too much in society where people are pressured to be heterosexual, so we're going to try and make ours a homosexual.
Right, so you filled out the form.
Fill out the form.
Yeah, we'll pop that in, get it processed.
Okay, but what kind of questions are you going to ask us?
None really.
No.
Just my job.
You're happy. You're happy.
After all that.
Pass the forms on.
We've passed the interview.
Because that's the sort of world we live in now.
Oh God!
You've obviously heard of the famous Rosa Parks incident, in which she was
God.
obliged to move on the bus from where she was sat to
Oh,
somewhere
no,
else.
where's this
She chose
going?
not to, and she was arrested for it. Became very much a sort of figurehead of the civil rights movement. Had you been travelling on that bus?
What did you do?
And am I far from where I'm getting off?
So once again, you can't just nip out at the next stop so you can wash your hands of the whole affair. No, you're on that bus. You've still got a number of stops, so you've got to stay on that bus. So you've seen this bus driver demanding that she gets up, gives up that seat. Maybe she's given up that seat for you.
I'd probably go, it's all right. I'm standing, I'm all right.
What if Suzanne wasn't allowed to sit with you on buses? What if now a law came in?
Can't imagine that now.
That women were second-class citizens and she can't come with you. Wouldn't you go, no, fuck that, she's sitting with me?
I'd say we're only going around the block. We've been to the shopping centre. We're only 15 minutes. Can you take that bag with you? Because there's no one sat next to you down here. I'm a bit crammed in up here. There's more blokes on the bus. I'll see you in a minute.
Carl, let's put this I mean, obviously, this is too much for your head to... You're on a bus, right, and there's a few white people, and they're...
I'm the driver.
And they're being racist to a black kid.
Right, I'd go... If I'm driving, I'd go... Listen, lads, stop that, will you?
If you're going to be racist, can you get off the next stop? Do it there.
You know, we've all had a tough day. It's the end of the day. We just all want to go home. We've all been working. He's not in your way. He's sat in his own seat. Sit back. Calm down.
It's too much of the...
Surely you want to be on the side of right.
I'm just doing my job here. I'm sat driving a bus. I'm driving a bus for 30 quid a week here. I'm getting a load of grief off some people at the end of the day.
But think bigger than the bus rule. It's not just a bus thing, all right? Just imagine that you're not a bus driver. All right?
No, but that's what we're talking about here.
But yes, but Ricky's trying to make a point. It's an analogy again. It's about you taking some kind of responsibility that could put you in harm's way. Yeah. That could mean that you've got to stand up to danger or to bullies or to aggression.
If someone's attacking Suzanne, she goes, Karl, help. You go, no, I could get her out here.
Because I know the full story here. But this is what I'm saying about
Rosie. Know the full story here?
Rosie, what's it? I'm just saying, she sat on the bus. How did it work? She got on the bus, she sat where she wanted.
No, I'll tell you how it worked. It was up to the driver's discretion to change where black people could sit depending on the number of white passengers that got on. So she sat in a seat, so more and more white passengers get on, so this bloke decides, well no, actually this is no longer the black section, there is no black section, because there's enough white people, you've got to stand up. And she decided, no, I'm not going to get up. It's my right to be able to sit on this bus as a person, as a human being, not whether or black or white. And that was why she got arrested.
On a different bus, on a different day, it might not have turned out that way. That's what I'm saying. It might have been, you know, someone else who goes, get off, who's been in the right mood, might have been in the pub all afternoon, and she's there going, I'm not moving, and he's fed up, he's up to here with it.
Sorry, so she's pissed up now.
She's pissed up now.
No, the person sat next to her.
Yeah.
Might have even been a black bloke who's been working hard, and he's like, I don't want this. It's difficult, isn't it? If I was on there, I'd weigh her up. You know, is this woman doing this as like a good cause? Or is she just a trouble causer?
He's thinking of the activist movement.
You know, I'll do what I want. Now that's fine. You'll always get people who do what they want, and they do change the little rules along the way. But I bet when she was doing it, it wasn't like a big stand up. This is the day I'm going to do it. It's just happened to. She was fed up that day. She didn't want to get up. Lazy. She might just go around law breaking all the time, and she's remembered now because she'd made a change about bus seats. Well, when she got up that morning, did she say I'm going to do that, or has she been fly tipping before she got on the bus? That's what I'm saying. Is she just a you know?
No, she's not a troublemaker. She's someone who already had a burgeoning interest in the civil rights. I mean, I really thought the Rosa Parks incident was pretty cut and dry. The fact that Karl's managed to find an ambiguity in it is extraordinary.
I love it.
Tell me something else about Rosie Parks.
Oh, for God's sake. I don't know what she's got to do to win you round, Karl. Honestly, I didn't realise it would be this difficult.
There was a bit of trouble in our yard the other day.
Right.
Between a wasp and a cricket.
Now, the thing is there any point to this at all, or are you just going to tell us you saw?
Are you going to extrapolate some analogy from this?
I think so.
Okay,
yeah,
well, let's see. So there's a wasp.
Yeah, so look at the whole scenario.
As you said, sorry, just to clarify, as you said, it was kicking off.
Right, okay. Scenario.
So you're looking out your window.
No, I'm in the kitchen by the sink.
Yeah.
I'm washing up the few plates.
Right.
The kitchen door's open.
Right.
Suzanne says, "Oh my God, look at that!
What?
There's a wasp and a cricket having a wrestle." I've never seen it before.
Right.
Wait! Are you sure this wasn't Mexican television and it actually was a sport?
People dressed up.
Yeah.
So they're there wrestling, and I was like, "Well, stop them then." So
Stop! Whoa! You don't interfere with fucking Rosa Parks. Why are you interfering with a wasp in a cricket?
Because one, I didn't even know they didn't get on, to be honest. because they were sort of wrestling. I said, and my hands were wet, so I couldn't do anything. I always overdo it with the fairy liquid.
Yeah, sure.
So she's there. I say, separate them. So she uses a tea towel, flicks them.
Clever.
Right.
Good
Right.
thinking.
The wasp goes its own way. The cricket's sort of jumping about a bit.
But who was fighting who?
So I'm sort of saying that is really weird because wasps are changing quicker than anything else that I keep my eye on.
Okay, well that's just your theory, and it's not based on
Well, I
anything.
told you a couple of years back I saw one eating chicken. They shouldn't be doing it. So anyway, so now they're causing trouble with a cricket.
Whoa, how do you know it was the wasp fault? This is prejudice. Why do you think it was the wasp fault? What if the cricket would have started it? What if the cricket's got a society to go, we hate wasps, we hate their stripes. We hate them. If they come here, fight them. If everyone comes down here, fight them. How do you know it wasn't the cricket that started that?
Well, I suppose at that time I
God's
didn't,
sake.
but since
Oh,
I don't
subsequent
know.
information's
Oh,
come
okay,
through.
sorry.
Okay,
So
this
anyway,
is
Like Columbo, isn't it? We saw the...
yeah.
So I saw all that. We broke it up. The cricket was sort of shaking a bit.
Definitely not!
It was shaking a little bit.
Yeah.
So I sort of prodded it, put a little leaf over it because it was a hot day. Thought I'd put a leaf there so it doesn't get overheated.
I love
I'll
this.
keep an eye
Like
on
it's
it.
done the marathon. It's got a little. It's got Mars on the leaf. Rick
So-
on the leaf, and now it's just walking over the little medal.
So Suzanne, I'd leave it for a bit.
Leave
Get
it.
on.
What did
About
you say?
half an hour. About left it for half an hour.
What did Suzanne want to do? She wanted to interfere, did she? What did she want to do? Just sort of like.
No, she just sort of said, leave it, stop messing with it. It's probably a little bit knocked out, a little bit stunned.
Sure, let's
Right.
get on with our lives, she said. Yeah.
So I put the leaf on it. We go off, and half an hour later, I get back in. I said, I'm going to go and see the
Where'd you
cricket.
go? Where did you go?
Just for a walk. So I've been out, back in, have a look. Cricket's still there. Noticed one of its legs gone.
Oh.
Don't know if the wasp did that or the tea towel flick. Well,
Right.
this is when I got the computer out,
Right.
had a look. What happened is the wasp apparently does this a lot, and it stings them in the head.
Right, not this particular. If there wasn't like a little profile of this particular wasp.
It's just an incident that
Just
happens a
generally
lot
happens within
between
wasp community.
wasps and crickets.
Right.
So it stung it in the head, and what happens is it's that whole thing that we talked about before, where it lays an egg.
Right.
So I was sort of having a look, seeing if I could see any sort of holes in its head, and it just kept sort of moving its one leg, like, oh, I can't handle this.
We've got one big leg.
One big leg at the back now. It's normally got two that it uses to jump.
So you were worried that crickets aren't aware of the dangers of wasps?
I just had a look online and saw that, it's a popular thing that happens. It's sort of like a bit of a mugging. He said you can leave them for about half an hour. They normally come round and they don't know they've had an egg put in their head. But
There's no way it said leave them for half an hour and they come round, they don't have an egg. But there's no way it said
But he
that.
said they're normally stunned for about half hour.
Have you had an egg put in your head?
Fucking ostrich egg, by the look of it. It's coming out the top.
So anyway, I picked it up, I placed it under a little tree. I said it's in the shade again. No wasps can see it there. Let's just leave it.
But you've just left that cricket to now die in agony when that maggot goes round his head and comes out a wasp and leaves the carcass.
Well, this is when Suzanne came up and said it wasn't moving. I sorted it.
You sorted it.
Just sorted it.
what did
you
you
wanna
do?
say
What
anything
did you mean?
Well, I said, what do you mean you sorted it? She said,
Read
it's
between
best
the
that I
lines.
don't tell you.
What, sorry.
I've done. She said she sorted it.
Wait. Do you think that we're in the mafia and we're being wiretapped? Say what happened.
No, well, she just said she sorted it, and I said, what, sorted what? Because I'd forgotten about it at that point, I was painting. And she
Right.
said the cricket.
Right, what do you think she meant by sorted it?
Well, by the look on her face, the way she said it, I've known her for long enough, so I know that she meant it's not good news.
Yeah, so what happened?
So from that, I took for granted she means
Say it.
I've stopped it being, it's no longer in misery.
So what do you mean?
What?
What did she do?
She crushed its head with a stone,
She got a tiny head-shaped stone and
squashed it, because that's where all the action is, isn't it? So she said it was too cruel watching it sort of shaking about with its one leg and stuff. You had to kill it.
I imagine I had this vision that one day Suzanne just having to say to his parents, I sorted it. I sorted it.
Oh my god!
Wow.
That's twice now. That's twice. That's two instances now where it's ended a bit weird.
It's taken a dark turn this season.
Yeah, I know. It's like 1 minute we're laughing, next minute it's like dead dark or disgusting. And
It's
one
cool,
thing
though.
I must admit is the helmet thing. I feel a bit guilty now
Cool.
because I cycle every day. As do you. You cycle as well, don't you?
That's correct, I do, yeah.
And you don't wear a helmet.
No, it's largely because it's a very small commute, but that's no excuse.
It could be any time. You could be knocked off your bike, bang your head.
Exactly.
That's it. But I'm at the point of, because I know helmets don't protect you 100%. They just stop the worst of the impact, and you could become disabled or whatever. Or like Karl said, the whole head comes off. It's in perfect condition, but it's rolling off. But I'm the same. I don't wear a helmet, and I feel a bit guilty now because I've got 2 kids.
Safety's important. Wear a helmet.
So is that? Are we decided now? We're going to start wearing helmets from the next
We're going to
point.
start wearing our helmets. As
Have
should
you, have you got one? Have you got one?
Yeah, I have.
Why don't you wear it then?
Because I don't want to mess with my do. I've no legitimate reason why I don't wear a helmet. I should, and I will, because I feel guilty now. I'm sorry, everyone.
I feel guilty too. But the thing is, it's not about because I don't have hair. It's not about adjusting my throat. It's just it doesn't look quite fit. For me, it's like when when you're trying to feel warm in the winter, it doesn't fit right when it's because it's too cold.
Wow. Interesting comparison.
Indeed. But Davey, I'm conscious of time. You need to go to bed. So say goodbye, Davey.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining us yet again. See you next time.
And see you next time. And thanks for waiting so long patiently. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.